Every year, the Irish Mountaineering Club invade Ireland's Eye, carrying huge rucksacks, coils of rope, pitons, snaplinks, and implements for making tea. Leonie Lehan, followed by three of Des Malloy's children, Ruth Johnson and Hilary Quinlan, both with ropes over their shoulders, Rosemary Taylor, followed by Betty Hall, Maureen Kenny and Des Malloy, Molly Crawford from Belfast, followed by Betty Healy, Moira Larisey carrying her food as usual, Mona Monaghan, Frank Winder and Phil Gribben, both laden down with ropes, Morris McMurray, Joe Roy in the white sweater. The waves were beating against the rocks hundreds of feet below. One of the most attractive climbs on Ireland's Eye is Southeast Buttress. It was a bitterly cold day, and as you see, Leonie Lehan was well protected by her anorak hood. Hilary Quinlan follows closely behind, and they soon reach this little ledge. Leonie proceeds upwards. But Hilary finds a more difficult variation on the left and reaches the top of the first pitch just before her. The climbing has been fairly easy so far, but as you get higher up, the difficulties increase. The top pitch is the crux of the climb, and on such a bitterly cold day and in such a high wind, it was extremely difficult. Dennis Byrne is leading this pitch for the first time. It goes up very steeply indeed from this broad ledge. There is another party ahead of Dennis, and here you see him catching up on their last climber. His hands were almost frozen by the bitter cold. Away over to the left, there is a very attractive climb called Hamilton's Crack. Mona Monaghan led, and here is Maura Larisey following her, almost frozen by the cold wind whistling up the crag. There is a very pleasant little overhang here just near the top, while two other climbers descend by the so-called easy way down. The bird life can be awkward when you reach for a handhold and get your fingers pecked by an angry seagull, but in between climbs they are very pleasant to watch. This gentleman, with his white shirt and black coat and that curious white groove on his bill, is a razorbill. Everywhere you go, you meet lovely little baby seagulls like this chap here, and you have to be very careful not to walk on them. I think this gentleman wants to get to know the lady at the other end of the ledge. They couldn't get much closer together than that, could they? This little fellow is waiting patiently for his brother to hatch out. I kept coming back all through the day, and each time the shell was a little bit more chipped. You can see him quite clearly moving about inside the shell. I think he's very nearly out now. Oh dear, I'm tired of waiting. Then, many hours later, when the struggle was over, here you see him having a peaceful snooze, his little heart still beating after his exertions in struggling out of the eggshell, while his elder brother keeps an eye on him. It won't be long before the little wet chick has dried out and is fluffy just like his brother. And here he is getting ready to snuggle in beside him to try and keep him warm and dry. While high overhead the big black-backed gull swoops backwards and forwards all the time.